Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Morning, it's Thursday, October 28th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. I can taste the weekend right about now, and my girlfriend and I are looking forward to doing the Bay Bridge Run Walk. Well, one of us is looking more forward to it than the other, I think, but that's primarily due to the early start date that I got. But alas, we do have some news, so let's get into it, shall we? Hey, what was that Blondie song?
The tide is high, but I'm holding on. I'm gonna be your number one.
Yes, 1980. But this weekend, the tide is going to be high right here in Annapolis. So high that there are some warnings being put out. We are expecting tides 3 to 4 feet higher than normal, and high tide is at noon and midnight on Friday and Saturday, and 1 a.m. and 1 p.m. on Sunday. That's measured at City Dock. So you want to expect Compromise Street to be closed, City Dock to be flooded, etc. You know the regular drill. But residents and businesses that need sandbags, the city is offering sand and bags and shovels in this self-service operation for you at City Dock beginning this morning at 8:30 a.m. The harbor master is reminding boat owners to make sure that you check your lines and make sure that you have enough slack in them, because if they snap, I'm going to go out there and take your boat. No, I won't, but you don't want to have your boat floating free. And the Office of Emergency Management is asking you to make sure that any storm drains are not blocked in front of your home and to secure any loose stuff that may be in your yard due to high winds that are predicted. Also, don't drive through flooded streets. Water is so powerful, much more powerful than you realize. And as they say, turn around, don't drown. Hey, slow the hell down. On Tuesday at Young's Farm Road and Forest Drive, an 8th grader was riding his bike across the road in the crosswalk when he was hit by a car and the car fled the scene. He wasn't injured and reported it when he got to school, but there's not much of a description other than a dark-colored sedan. The Annapolis police, for some reason, haven't even put out a general warning, so I will. Slow the hell down and be aware. Kids are on their way to school, especially in the mornings. And speaking of the APD, on Monday I submitted a Public Information Act request for their daily call records. As I have mentioned, I think there is a discrepancy between what is reported and what is reality, and we are going to get to the bottom of it. I did follow up with them yesterday, and they are working on the details on specifically how to get me the info that I seek. And I do plan to ask for this on a weekly basis for a while. The Anne Arundel Economic Development Corp has some money to give away to businesses whose businesses were impacted by the tornado back in September. These so-called micro grants are available for amounts up to $5,000 and can be used for any legitimate business expense: property repairs, equipment replacement, lease support, vendor bills, etc. They will prioritize based on the need, but you do need to be a brick-and-mortar business in good standing and be impacted by that tornado. November 5th is the deadline to file, and all the details and applications can be found at aaedc.org. And when you're there, you want to head to the Disaster Recovery Assistance page. And remember, also, the SBA has opened up a satellite office at the AAEDC, which is right on Reaver Road, to assist any businesses, renters, and homeowners with any kind of assistance. A quick hit on COVID. The State Board of Education is starting to reconsider the quarantine and masking mandates in public schools. Citing 3 months of data that they have, coupled with the increased vaccinations keeping the outbreaks minimal, the Board of Education will reconsider in December. The emergency legislation expires after 180 days, so that was like February 3rd, I think, for Anne Arundel County. So you want to stay tuned, and as long as the numbers keep going in the correct direction, we may be one step closer to normal in our schools come January. Comptroller Peter Franchot announced that he has selected Monique Anderson Walker as his running mate. Franchot is the first of the gubernatorial candidates to do so, and she is a Prince George's County councilwoman and also a real estate broker. And because politics is a family business, it seems, her hubby is also a delegate. That's Delegate Jay Walker, representing Prince George's County. The selection is not without controversy, however. Shortly after Franchot made the announcement, it was revealed that Anderson Walker and her husband are currently dealing with a federal income tax lien for $16,000 filed by the IRS. Stay tuned. We'll see whether she sticks on the ticket or not. Last week, we told you about the 20% increase in attendance at the powerboat show. Well, now the numbers are in for the sailboat show, and they are up as well. Not quite as big, but 5% over the last show, which was in 2019, which was a record. So boating is hot. The sailboat show had fewer boats than in the past, that whole supply chain issue thing, but they did have more than 200, along with a dozen premiering boats. So well done to the Annapolis boat shows on 2 successful shows. You want to mark your calendars for 2022. Power is October 6th through 9th, and Sail is October 13th through 17th. And as we start to wrap it up, and I don't mean to make this political, but if I can turn you on to free pizza, yes, free pizza, I'll use politics. On Friday, right around noon, a nonpartisan anti-corruption organization is going to be speaking out against, quote, the corrupt forces in the Maryland legislature who are redesigning our legislative maps, also known as gerrymandering. Anyhow, they're bringing Jerry's Pizza, get it, gerrymandering, Jerry's Pizza, to City Dock, and we'll be handing out free slices of pizza to everyone that comes. I'm sure there's a catch. I'm sure they're going to be handing out literature as well, but there you are. There is such a thing as a free lunch. And finally, up this Saturday on the Local Business Spotlight, we hear all the secrets behind Galway Bay's amazing Irish eggnog with Anthony Clark and Sean Lynch. Next weekend, we have Monica from Bread and Butter Kitchen. And if you have any suggestions for a local business to spotlight, let me know and I will reach out to them. And today, probably at noon, we're going to be dropping a bonus podcast with Just One Sweater, which is something we can all easily get behind, and we should. And that's it for the news today. But first, a quick thank you to the 4 sponsors for today's Daily News Brief: Solar Energy Services, the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long & Foster Company, Rehab to Perform, and Scott Gibson for Ward 2. It is Thursday, so we have Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace here with your Maker Minutes. And, of course, George from DCMDVA Weather is here with your locally forecast weather. All of that gets underway in just a bit.
Hi, I'm Scott Gibson, candidate for Annapolis City Council in Ward 2. Did you know that the city has let 1 in 5 police positions go vacant this year? Think about that for a minute. That's 20%. I'm running for City Council because I believe a $152 million budget should be enough to make the investments our community needs. We simply cannot continue to go back to the taxpayer time after time after time and ask for more, especially when our tax rates are already 35% higher than Anne Arundel County. If elected, I'll leverage my nearly 2 decades of experience running $100 million organizations to bring focus and efficiency to your city council, something I think has been lacking. To learn more or to contact me, please visit scott-gibson.com. Again, that's scott-gibson.com.
Paid for by Friends of Scott Gibson, Sandy Crozier, Treasurer. When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, October 28th. Much nicer yesterday for the Annapolis region with sunshine and warmer temps, though it did remain fairly windy throughout much of the day. And today will bring one more nice day to the area before another impactful weather system moves in overnight tonight with rain and wind as a low pressure center approaches from the southwest with 1 to 3 inches of rain possible from very early Friday into Saturday morning, as winds will again gust over 30 to 40 miles per hour at times, which could lead to some coastal flooding along portions of the bay, with showers possibly lingering into Saturday before skies clear, with the expectation being Halloween Sunday will likely be a mostly sunny and very nice day across the entire mid-Atlantic, with PM highs in the mid-60s or so, with trick-or-treat temps in the upper 50s to lower 60s in the 6 to 9 p.m. time frame. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there. Stay healthy and be safe. And of course, be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter each day and download our app at DCMDVA Weather from the Apple or Google App Stores on all of your devices so you can always stay weather informed.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. With all the talk of energy resilience in the news recently, I'm surprised there's not more talk about solar plus batteries, especially since 1/3 of all of our new residential solar projects include a battery backup system that provides instant energy security and peace of mind. And with incentives in place for battery backup, this investment is now more affordable than ever. With financing rates as low as 0.99% and plans offering 18 months same as cash, it's now easier than ever to go solar with no money down. Financing creates an easy bill swap scenario where you replace your electric bill with a loan payment, allowing you to build equity in your own personal energy supply. Don't wait for your next power outage to act. Contact us today at 410-923-6090 or visit us at solarsaves.net to learn more about solar with battery backup. Don't wait another minute. Sunshine's are wasted.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Now through mid-November, be sure to check out the Maryland STEM Festival, with lots of events and workshops celebrating STEM all over Maryland. See a list of events at marylandstemfestival.org. At Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, tomorrow the Christmas stocking class continues with their final session. On Monday, their Learn to Knit beginner classes start, the first of 4 November classes. And on Tuesday, there's also a Learn to Knit class, but it's the tail end of the October sessions. And keep an eye out for the beginner crochet class starting November 6th. Tomorrow and Saturday, Books for International Goodwill has another one of their big book sales. They're just down off of Defense Highway, and they're a great fundraiser for the Pearl Rotary Club. They have thousands of books at great prices and well organized. At Blended Essentials in Severna Park, tomorrow they have their 5 Little Pumpkins workshop with a reading from the book 5 Little Pumpkins, as well as making pumpkin soaps and creating a special treat. Then on Saturday they have another teen night with Dia de los Muertos, an enchanting evening filled with music, food, and creating, with prizes for the best dressed. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, today their Half Pint Kids Club is doing popcorn hands again. And at Art Farm in Annapolis, a bunch of their fall classes are continuing. Today there's stop motion animation. Saturday there's beat making with machine. Monday there's Kids Fundamentals of Drawing. Tuesday, there's virtual botanical drawing for beginners, as well as introduction to graphic design. And then on Wednesday, there's 3D sculpture, as well as beginner photography. At the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week, tonight at Discovery's Library at the Mall, they're doing an art workshop with Paint Your Own Bookend. Also tonight, check out a career chat with marine biologist Simone Barkley online. Tomorrow, Discovery's The Library at the Mall has Spooky Steam. Bush Annapolis Library has Spooky STEM Fun. And Saturday, the Brooklyn Park Library has a steamy Halloween. On Wednesday, the Bush Annapolis Library has Create a Spiral Beadmobile, as well as Makerspace open hours. Also on Wednesday, check out SoCo Knits virtually, and also the Glen Burnie Library doing STEM at Home. At Unallocated Space in Severn, tonight they have another virtual happy hour. Saturday, there's Nightmare on Bot Street. Macro, the Maryland Area Combat Robotics Group, is hosting another 3D printed ant weight, which are 1-pound robots, combat event. Then on Monday, they're having another project night. At Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Tuesday, check out our monthly Autodesk Fusion 360 3D design workshop online with Russ. And if you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
One of the most common questions we get, how do I maximize the value of my home before I sell it? It's a great question. We look at improvements like investments. What is the rate of return? For example, if we invest $5,000 in painting kitchen cabinets and installing granite, how much more will our home sell for? The answer? About $25,000 more. That's a 500% return on investment. Because of returns like this, we have started a program called Investing in You. We know cash is often tight when you're making a move, and we are here to help. We will front you up to $15,000 to invest in refreshing your home before you list it, with the agreement to be paid back once your home settles. Call us today at 410-599-1370 so we can help you maximize your home's value.
That's another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.